The end of the school year is an emotional time for students and for teachers. It's exciting, it's filled with promise, and it's often a little sad because meaningful relationships are seemingly coming to an end. Every year, thousands of freshly minted graduates leave high school and enter the real world. Well, how are they doing? How many of your students enjoyed high school? How many have moved on to college? How many are working in the field of their dreams? How well are your graduates getting along since they left your classroom? For years, you provided intellectual nourishment. You worked with them and for them. You discovered their strengths. You've invested time, resources, money. And you've been personally and professionally dedicated to grooming these young people for the future. You helped turn children into young adults. School districts nationwide invest enormous sums of money educating students to become productive members of society, to prepare them for the demands of adult life. Then they're out the door, never to be heard from again. Wouldn't it be wonderful to know how they're doing? To easily track their growth and progress? To be able to effectively evaluate your performance as an educational institution? LifeTrack Services was founded in 1989 on the principle that each and every school should have the ability to hear from each and every student as they start down the path to adulthood. It's accountability put into action. Tracking the progress of students after graduation reveals invaluable information that you can use to identify school improvement strategies, to properly analyze your curriculum, and to evaluate social and educational programs directly from your graduates' perspectives. What are students saying about their experience at your school? Have you instilled determination and confidence? Is your school thought of as a community asset? Do your graduates feel they're on the path to a great future? How does your school measure up in the minds of your graduates, their parents, or your community? Graduate follow-up is something that can no longer be ignored. LifeTrack Services' proven approach to the collection and reporting of this essential information is a cost-effective way for your school to engender a high degree of accountability. Accountability that will allow you to evaluate your school's performance. Accountability that will make your constituencies supportive and proud of your educational efforts. Accountability that will magnify your graduate success and your success. Every working professional needs to have a yardstick by which to measure his or her effectiveness. In the field of education, that yardstick has been created and administered by LifeTrack Services. Here's how it works. Stage 1. The first step is the Senior Exit Survey. It is the starting point for gathering student information. The professionals at LifeTrack will create an exit survey based on the questions you'd like to ask your students. How many plan to attend college? Were school counselors helpful in the selection of a path to follow after high school? Did they feel safe at school? Is drug, tobacco, or alcohol use on the rise within your system? The possibilities are endless. You administer the survey prior to graduation in a controlled environment and send the completed surveys to LifeTrack. Your data is compiled and 2 personalized compilation reports are sent to you along with all of your original surveys. It is recommended that you submit your class list with student name, mailing address, and phone number with area codes, along with email addresses and cell phone numbers if available, when you return your senior exit surveys for compilation. As we move into the post-graduation portion of our program, you will be contacting your graduates annually for 5 years after graduation with a series of letters and questionnaires. Survey times presented are recommended times. However, timing can be changed to best fit your needs or requirements. Our dedicated staff will remind you each time a scheduled activity needs to be completed, and the annual letters remind students to keep their address current with 1-800-REUNION, a service you'll learn more about in a moment. Stage 2. The first public relations letter is typically mailed 6 months after graduation and lets your graduates know that you haven't forgotten them. You send LifeTrack the letter you'd like your graduates to receive on school letterhead, written in your tone and style. LifeTrack duplicates the letter and mails it to your graduates. Stage 3. The second letter and initial postgraduate survey are mailed approximately 18 months after graduation. It shows continued interest in your graduates' progress and allows you to document their present status and obtain valuable feedback regarding the education you provided. Send LifeTrack your second public relations letter along with the questions you'd like to include on your initial postgraduate survey. Your personalized letter serves as the cover letter, validates the survey, and also encourages them to respond immediately. LifeTrack duplicates your letter and builds a customized survey based on the information you want to know. Both your letter and survey are mailed to your graduates. LifeTrack collects the surveys, compiles the data, and sends you 2 personalized compilation reports along with all original surveys. To maximize the response rate, LifeTrack's professional staff will attempt to telephone each graduate that does not respond in a timely fashion. Stage 4. The third public relations letter allows you to keep your graduates abreast of news and changes at your school, reassures students that their feedback is important, and keeps the line of communication open, allowing you to have a postgraduate relationship with each student. Stage 5. The fourth public relations letter illustrates your school's continued interest in the success of its graduates, your dedication to offering a quality education, and engenders a sense of real accountability. Send LifeTrack your fourth public relations letter. LifeTrack will duplicate the letter and mail it to your graduates. Stage 6. 5 years after graduation, you still have not forgotten about these graduates. The final letter and your culminating survey are mailed, proving your school is dedicated to the success of its students. This culminating survey serves as a powerful tool for gathering concluding feedback regarding issues important to the success of your school. Send LifeTrack the final letter of your design, along with questions appropriate to men and women who graduated from your school 5 years earlier. LifeTrack duplicates the letter, creates your customized culminating survey, and mails both to your graduates. LifeTrack collects the surveys and compiles the data, and will again maximize your response by calling each graduate that does not respond. When follow-up calls are completed, LifeTrack will send your personalized compilation reports and all original surveys to you. LifeTrack's graduate follow-up provides 3 fundamental benefits. It's an excellent public relations tool. It provides tangible documentation of your graduate's success. It builds credibility with all stakeholders. LifeTrack Services has engineered our public relations and comprehensive survey program to be easy to use and affordable to implement. Your time involvement has been minimized. We do the legwork, the information gathering, and the data formatting and reporting. The knowledge base created by LifeTrack Services is invaluable in planning improvements in curriculum, student services, and school programs. High schools have also found this data invaluable when seeking private grants or special government funding. And, lest we not forget, the knowledge you gain from your graduates also points out areas where your current planning and programs have rendered academic excellence. After LifeTrack has collected and reported data for each stage of the program, you are presented with 2 colorful compilation reports showing responses in both bar and statistical table formats. So instead of spending hours processing and summarizing the data, you can concentrate on analyzing the results. Are your graduates as prepared for the next level of learning as you think they are? With LifeTrack, you'll find out. How well have you prepared students in the core subject areas? With LifeTrack, you'll find out. Our comprehensive follow-up system has a remarkable 61% national average rate of return on postgraduate surveys. Senior exit survey results regularly exceed 90% participation. And there's more. Included with LifeTrack's comprehensive graduate survey programs is a lifetime enrollment in 1-800-REUNION. 1-800-REUNION is a lifelong central registry designed to keep senior classes together forever. As graduates move, change their names, email addresses, or phone numbers, cellular or home, they simply update their information by calling 1-800-REUNION toll-free or visiting 1-800-REUNION.com. This is a lifelong service with no additional or hidden fees. It makes reunions a snap. Searching for classmates is eliminated. When reunion time rolls around, most classes know where over 90% of their classmates are from the start, allowing them to spend their time planning a successful, memorable reunion rather than trying to locate their classmates. As mentioned earlier, 1-800-REUNION is included with our comprehensive graduate follow-up programs, as it is a critical element in the success of those programs. However, any senior class can enroll in the 1-800-REUNION program on their own, even if the school or district decides not to participate in a follow-up program. Encourage them to consider it. They'll be thankful for the service after their first reunion. Are you and your colleagues being pushed for more accountability? LifeTrack Services is the answer. As the next graduation ceremony comes into view, put LifeTrack Services to work for you. Discover what's on your students' minds. Discover their plans for the future. Discover weaknesses in your current program and areas in which you are excelling. Be accountable. Explore this disc to see the full extent of what we have to offer. We can provide you with powerful, dynamic, and economical programs that will keep you in contact with your students for life. Your students, their parents, and your community are looking for accountability from their schools. LifeTrack will give them that and more. Graduation is an exciting time, but you don't have to say goodbye. With LifeTrack Services, you will be following the successful path of young people who were given a strong start by you. Thank you for watching this presentation today.